Okay, we are live.
Yay.
Hello, everybody. We didn't scare anybody away. You're all back. We are excited that you are here. It is our week number 2 on our new consultant training call, and it doesn't really matter because we're just going to keep replaying these, so you can jump on at any time, whether you're here for a refresher. Do we have anybody in the chat? Maybe you can share if you are a new consultant or not. That would be great. I'm going to go ahead and start the screen share. You guys will watch the screen. Okay. Can you see that?
You can.
Look how good we are. We're getting better at this.
Tiffany Duggar, I am new.
Yes, that's Tiffany.
Yay, Tiffany. Congratulations. When did you sign?
Patty just reminded me of my day. I don't even know what the day is.
Okay.
It's okay. She's got a computer and an internet. That's what we're excited about right now.
Right. That's all that matters.
I
That's
just
right.
hit my 30 days.
Yeah.
Yay, congratulations.
There
Welcome.
you go. We are good. We are good. So we would just like to take a minute, welcome you guys all back, say congratulations for starting your business. I want to just say, oops, why is this not going? Ooh, is that it? Yeah. Okay. So I love this quote. I'm a Dr. Seuss fan. I hope if there's anybody else on here, be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. Dr. Seuss.
I love that.
I know. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a little review from last week. This will help you anyway, whether regardless or not if you were on the call or if you listened to the playback of the call, but I would definitely go ahead and listen to that. We talked a little bit about your why and creating your goal and how important that was. And you really need something to shoot for. You need some kind of direction. You typically don't get in a car and, decide to go on vacation and you're just driving around aimlessly. You probably, more people plan for a vacation, than they plan for anything else in their life. And it's kind of good. This business will teach you how to set goals, and creating your why is really important. Like why you started to do this. Is it something, you're to help out your family finances? Is it, help out, pay for a wedding, school, college, whatever it may be, pay off credit cards. I mean, whatever that is. And you need to create that goal, and you need it to be a SMART goal. We talked about that last week. So you need it to be very specific, and you need it to be measurable, and you need to put a time frame on it. That's for sure. So you want to make sure if you talk to your recruiter director, let them know what it is. Tell everybody. In fact, you know what? Just so that we can cheer you on, I would definitely. I would definitely say if you share your goal, you'll have more people cheering you on than you can probably ever imagine. This is the kind of business that we want everybody to achieve in this business. And so what I'd like for you to do is make your launch list if you haven't already. And you know how important this is that you will go through every single year. It doesn't matter. I've been doing this for 30 years. You will go through your entire career with Pampered Chef, adding to that list all of the time. So I would definitely think about, who is important? I mean, who could you think of? It doesn't matter. I'm sorry about the important thing, but friends, neighbors, relatives, co-workers, past co-workers, any community connections that you may have, like church, book clubs, your friends, parents, your parents' friends. You think about just think about the opportunity that you have available there. So I want you to really think about that. Get it in a notebook and start creating your list, and continue, because you want the list is long that you can never imagine. You know what? You want to continue to fill your bucket with leads, because not everybody will say yes. Pick your party dates. We talked about that, using a calendar. Know when you're going to start your shows, when you're going to stop your shows, and how many shows you're going to do a week. It's a great visual if you're going to start on Wednesday, that you write 4 or 8 lines there. It depends on how many shows you're going to do. And every Wednesday or every other Wednesday, whatever it is that you're going to do, or Thursday, or whatever it is that you're planning on, make sure that you know, if you visually look at that calendar, you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to fill in those dates. And when you give them a date or 2 dates, they will pick one of those dates, because you know what? You don't want them to just pick a date, like, because that could be never ending. They could pick any date. They could pick July, they could pick August, they could pick the fall. So I would definitely narrow that down. And then just go ahead and start contacting your friends and family and acquaintances. And we're going to talk a little bit about that on this call again. It's important for it to be a two-way conversation, because really, if you're messaging out someone or texting someone out and you're not getting a response back, or even making a phone call, it's not really considered a contact. A contact is a two-way connection, so you want to make sure that you do that. And then tracking your contacts. There's plenty of ways that you can do that. The easiest way is just a notebook. I am sure people have paper and pen at home. You can do that. So you want to make sure that because when you contact somebody, you want to make sure that you follow up. Even if they don't even respond back to you right away. How many times does that happen? You message them, they were available for just a second, and then all of a sudden they get sidetracked with making dinner, putting the kids to bed, it doesn't matter, and then they never get back to that. So you can go back and respond again. So you want to make sure that you do that. Dash training, so important. Your training in this business is like anything else. If you were to become a nail technician, you would need some kind of training. Everybody needs training. Doesn't matter what kind of job that you're going to do. This is what matters. And the Dash training is beyond, you know, it's a great learning center for you with everything that will be available to you. And the other thing, because you want accountability, is to check in with your director and recruiter. And that is so important. So like I said before, they need to be cheering you on. We can cheer you on as well. You know what? It's just a better feeling. And so people will get you through some of those not so good moments that you're having. And they're there to cheer you on when you're doing such a great job. Like you'll be for them. Okay. We are back to the contacts. So 8 contacts a day will pave the way. So 4 contacts a day is good. 6 is better. 8 will make you great. We all get the same exact 365 days. The only difference is what we do with them. So I will tell you how important that is that just like you brush your teeth every single day, creating a habit to make those contacts will make the biggest difference in your business. Because with what's going on right now, this is all you need to do. You need to really make those contacts, you know, and make sure that you're doing it daily, whatever it is. If you decide that you're going to do, you know, 8 times 5 is 40 contacts a week or 50 contacts a week, whatever that is, stay on that track. It will so help you. It's like, you know what, I wear my Fitbit, I try to get in so many steps a day. It's like brushing your teeth. It's like making your bed. It's like when it becomes a habit, it just is something that you do every single day, and you'll feel better about it. And you'll feel better, like exercising. That I don't do often, but that's my habit. Okay, I am going to hand this over to Lisa Ford. Where are you, Lisa? I don't see you.
No, you're not. You're handing it
No,
over to
you're
Diana.
handing it to me.
Oh, that's right. It is Diana. I am so
Yeah.
sorry.
That's okay, but we can give it to Lisa. No, I'm like it. So hey everybody, welcome back, and we're going to talk about hostess coaching, which basically really should be relationship building in a way. So what is it? It's supporting your hostess before, during, and after the party. When does it start? It starts the moment you book her show or his. That moment is the time where you're starting to build, setting expectations with your host. So it is very important to build that relationship right away and letting your host know how important it is for him or her to be engaged in the party. So that's what we're doing, is we're setting the host up for success, right? And that's why it's important. When you do it effectively, you're going to see there is better attendance. The people in the party are going to have so much more fun. They're going to be more engaged. And then it's more fun to actually share the business opportunity too, because people are going to want to ask about it. So hostess coaching is so vital. It starts when you book the show, it goes on during the show, and it continues after the show is finished. Okay, we can go on. So a host who feels that they're not sure about what's going on, same with you. If you were to host something and you had no direction, didn't know what to do, how likely would you be to have a great show? Probably it could be the luck of the draw, or probably not. So it takes a little time to work. Think of it this way. Hostess coaching is your work. The show itself is when you're picking up your paycheck, right? So the true work is working with your host. It takes as much time to do a little show as it does to do a big show. So every host wants to be successful. They wouldn't have a show if they didn't want to have a successful show. So a great question you can ask too, right? And part of your coaching is, if I can show you a way to have $1,000 show or the best show ever, would you want to know how? Who is going to say no to that, right? So you can propose that right in your hostess coaching. Sometimes it might feel a little uncomfortable at first, but really, when you maybe uncomfortable hostess coaching if you're brand new and you're talking to very close family or friends, right? But this is what you can say to them, to say, you know, I'm learning, and I'm gonna pretend I don't even know you. So, and go on with the hostess coaching from that. And before you know it, they're gonna be listening, and they will do what you ask them to do. So it's basically just building a relationship between yourself and your host, and you're a working relationship, right? Because you both want if you forget about yourself completely and turn it all over to what is the host going to benefit, it will work. It will be successful. Do we have any questions about hostess coaching so far? Or did Lisa or Patty, anybody want to throw something in there?
I always feel like host coaching is like our job, because we want to get the host the most benefits for hosting the show, and then they're going to come back every year, but they really don't know what to do. Even some of them think they do, but they really don't. So the best way is to lay it out for them, and then if they choose not to follow it, that's on them. That's not on you.
Right, exactly. And that's all you can do, right? Because and there we go back to, this is why we overbook a little bit, in case the host doesn't follow through. And someone's knocking at my door. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, host coaching is important. It starts at the beginning. We want to build that relationship, and we want to get our hosts as much free as possible, especially, you know, every month. But in June, oh my gosh, right? It's going to double. So their goal right away should be $650, no less. So, all right, we can go on to the next slide. There we go. So part of it is you need to be excited about your party. You need to be excited about your business. And your excitement will show through to the host. And then when the host actually does what you ask him to do, and you're seeing this engagement in your party, it excites you. And it just makes the whole thing roll, right? So find out in your hostess coaching, what's the host most excited about? What does she want to get? and then kind of keep going back to that, right? Ask about their wish list. Have the host welcome guests to the party. So make sure that you give your host some, I call them daily things to do, right? So I send a host something every morning and tell them how they're doing on their show, and saying, sometime today, would you please post this? And sometimes it's just a picture, a game, or something. Like one was, please post your ugliest spatula, and there was a picture of that. So something you can get your host to post. That sounds funny. So make sure you message them daily, and then go into Dash, look up Hostess Coaching, and find out about it. And actually, you know why it's so important? When you set your show up, there's a tab right in there about Hostess Coaching, and there's a check off boxes of things that you should and can be doing. So let's show of hands. Has anybody used that feature? Lisa, yay. Anyone else? If you haven't, I challenge you, when you go to a show that you may have set up, or the next time you set a show up, look at that. It is a wealth of information. You don't have to recreate the wheel. It's right there for you. We just need to find out how to find it, and it's right there in the website.
So I'm kind of curious, how many people actually knew that was there?
I did.
You knew it was there? Have you used it?
I looked at it.
Okay.
I know what to check off if need be.
Okay. And also right next to it where it says guest, you can actually go into each guest and you can email the guest right from there. So if you wanted to send the guest an email, super easy to do it right there. So order, shipping is delayed, whatever you want to say, you can go in there. There are actually 2 written posts for you. And one is an invite to the party, and the other one is an email for thanking them. But you could actually delete all of that and create your own, which I've been doing often with shipping lately, just to keep updated on shipping.
Yeah, it's a great tool. So you don't have to recreate much. It's right. It's already there.
Can I ask you a quick question about the Hostess Coaching?
Yes.
Because I'm just doing the Facebook virtual parties. So like this party that I'm working on right now, some of the women are not really Facebook friendly. I mean, they can go in and check their messages. And I couldn't find it anywhere in the training or in Dash, like a format that you can give someone that's maybe not that computer friendly, that easily she could understand to join the group. Is there any, I looked on the Success Facebook pages, the VP Success Camper Shop, and I asked some of the girls, is it something I'm gonna make? I did create my own, but I just wondered if that's out there.
There are little screenshots of people, that you probably did the same thing, like maybe clipped how it works and then posted in the party. I don't know if that's answering your question, isn't it, Lisa? Or
there's nothing stuff that I know of for that, but
Right.
in a lot of the Facebook groups, if you search them, like Facebook Virtual Party Training Group has a lot of screenshots on how to set up your wish list, how to place an order. If I don't think it really shows how to join, but I know when I'm inviting people in, I tell them to click join to join the party. So
Well, I did create a little cheat sheet in Canva. Maybe I should post it, but
yeah,
I just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything.
yeah, not that I know of.
You know what, Melanie? It's like you want them to join. Otherwise, they're just be in a preview mode. So part of that is, the host too. She needs to, when she makes the comment, so she could actually, after you post, she can do the same thing so that people would see that.
Right.
She can tag people in there. that they would get a notification that that would happen. And then there's how to set your notifications. That is typically, they have a screenshot of that, you know, and then the click, you know, make sure that you click join once you're invited. Sometimes that personal invitation helps out a little bit. But the other thing that I was going to say is if there's a lot of people that are like not on Facebook, maybe what you could do is create just a daily text, because I'm sure she answers her phone. So
Right.
you could do those texting parties and the same time. So all she have to do is have the link for the texting party. So if those
Well, I don't
people are
think
not,
they're all on Facebook. That wasn't the problem with
Oh,
this.
okay.
It's just that it's like, it's a whole new, I mean, because some of them are much older and,
yeah,
you know, maybe they're just really starting to get
Sure.
comfortable with it.
So
Yeah.
my
I kind of walk-
suggestion, Melanie, is that's part of the hostess coaching too. So when you're talking to your host, you may know or you may not know how user-friendly they are with Facebook. So you could find that out in the pre-party.
Right. Yeah.
And then give the host those directions to her friends. That make sense?
Yes. Yep.
and then they could always message you if they
Yeah.
need something. They can always message you. So the
Right.
whole idea is to get them into the group. It's to get them to join, you know, click the join so that they're not previewing. And the other thing is to set their notifications so they can get all of the posts and not just highlighted posts.
Right. And so do you all know what the right click is? When you set up a Facebook group and people join in, you as the admin can see who joined in, and every day you'll see, oh, there's 20 new guests here and their names are listed. When you click on that, in those kind of posts, that's where I put directions. Make sure that you change your notifications, you know, kind of reminders of that. So that's yeah, part of the hostess coaching. Okay, so let's go on. And we can do more questions later too, but there is a lot to cover here. How did we get? Oh, I clicked out of you. I'm like, how did we get there? Okay.
Is this?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
So when you're reaching out to potential hosts, if they are people you know, like, again, we've said this before, but we're going to say it again. Just say, hey, you know, whatever that person is, I don't know if you are aware, I don't know if you know, but I just started Pampered Chef a little while ago because whatever reason it is that you join, and then you're looking for some friends that may be able to help you out doing a fun party. And I thought of you right away, right? You always think of them right away. It's so easy to do. All you have to do is invite your friends. I do all the rest. I would really appreciate your help right now. And people are wanting to cook more at home. What do you say? Can we get this? Would you give it a try? And so reach out to people daily, like Patty said. It's so important. If you have shows going already, you want to reach out to your guests behind the scenes and ask.
So in the comments, Marie suggested, and this is like, you know, using the URL of the Facebook group to invite people. Like all they have to do is click on it. So if you copy in the browser in the Facebook group and send that to someone, that's probably one of the easiest ways.
Right. It'll take them to their page.
Yep. For sure. For sure.
Yeah. Thank you for that one. So great. All right. So just to go over again, remember, hostess coaching starts when you book the show and it keeps on going. All right. Let's go on.
All right, everybody, I'm taking over. My name's Lisa, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about building relationships with your customers in a virtual party, and why it's really so important that you build a relationship, because when they like you, they're more apt to purchase from you, they trust you, and they might host a party for you once they like you. I mean, they're not going to host a party with somebody they really don't like, and if you're not interacting with them, your odds of hosting a party or getting them to book a party from you are very low. So let's go into the next slide and get started. All right. So during your party, you want to do some interaction posts that get them to start commenting. It's super, super important that your guests comment in the party, because Facebook is not going to show all the posts on their personal pages if no one's commenting in the party. And I actually just had one over the weekend where one of my my people had crickets. And I've seen this a lot lately of consultants complaining that no one's interacting in their party. And one of the reasons is not just because they don't want to, they're actually not seeing your posts. So I usually start interacting, and let's look at it this way. If you had a party at your home and you invite a guest over, the first thing you do is open the door and welcome them in, correct? I'm hoping everybody's saying yes.
Yep.
Do that. This is their virtual home. This is your host's virtual home. So I look at it the same way. She's going to invite them in, and you also are going to thank them for joining when they come into your party. One of those ways is what Diana was talking about, is when it shows who joined. It might say 5 people just joined today. You're going to write a post and say, welcome to my new members that joined, along with some descriptions. But you can also go into the list of your customers that are in this group, and you can email them, or you can go onto their Facebook pages and message them and thank them for joining and ask them a question. Usually it's something as simple as, how do you know our host? And just get a conversation started. And that way you're creating more algorithms for Facebook, and they will keep showing these posts. The other way is what I call the interaction posts. The interaction posts are ways that you can get them to comment back. So a roll call, post your favorite picture of your furry friends or your animal, what's in your refrigerator that no one else has, a this or that post. They're all out there. You can find them or make up your own, a simple game. And that gets them starting to answer your questions and comments, but it also gets them interacting with each other, which is also important. And we want your host, of course, we've already told her, we want her commenting, and we also want her to be tagging some of her friends in some of the posts. Not every post, but some of them. You don't want overkill for sure. But this is a way to get the interaction going, and it will actually turn your party into a higher producing party, because everybody is now looking at all the posts and seeing everything that you do post. So the first thing I say is just, welcome them in. And then once they're in, interact with them. And then you're going to have the opportunity by the end of the party to start asking who wants to have the next party and who wants to keep this party going by hosting the next party. Let me think. Any questions on that? No, so everybody's good with this part. It really is important that they know to change their notification settings, because that is key. And you're confusing the heck out of me, Patty. But by changing their notifications, they're going to all post. They're going to see more of the posts. By interacting, Facebook's going to show them more of the posts. And there's one post I did this weekend. I was telling you that one of my consultants had crickets in her party. It had been running for a week. No one was playing the games. No one was answering the questions. So I went in and I kind of actually developed a post, because there's certain things you could say and certain things you can't, but if they read it, it's okay. So I put 4 clocks in a corner and I said, I need your help. I'm a little concerned. No one is, this is what I said in the post. I said, no one's commenting, and I'm worried that no one's seeing the post. And then in the actual picture, I put, can you please comment what time you see this post? And all of a sudden, we got comments coming in. We had over 25. And then the next thing you know, they're commenting on all of the previous posts. So it just sometimes is a way of triggering them to tell them that you'd like to see them start commenting and asking questions and participating. I usually do a game where at the end of the party, I pull a winner for a grand prize, and I always base that on the amount of the party. If it's over $1,000, I usually give away a $15 gift. It's under $1,000, I might give away a $10 or a $5 gift. Just depends on the size of the party. But at least that gets them to know that they're actually involved in another game, and we really want them commenting. And those comments really do help, because a lot of times they help you sell your products. If you're asking them this or that and it's something they have or like, they're going, oh my God, I have it, it's amazing. And then somebody else is going, oh my God, I need that. They're
Mhm.
actually selling your products for you. So it really is important to get everybody in the party commenting, and on every post you want to end with a question or start with a question. What would you do with this item? What would you make? Which recipe did you like? Whatever it is, whatever the post is, you want to ask a question and give them a reason to comment. You don't want to be preaching to them in every post. So those are my tips for that. And on this post, or the next post, I think, the next slide,
May I interrupt you for one quick minute, Lisa? Marie just said that she heard today that if you post an engagement post as your personal person
yes.
versus your business person engagement goes up. So
Yeah, I just saw that as well today, Marie. I have not tried that yet, but I'm definitely going to. I've always posted off of my business page because we're setting up the parties in our business, but you can easily go up to where it's the top left corner in your party and click on your name, and you can change it to your personal business.
right, and I think that might be worth going over after we're finished. If anybody wants to stay on, we can screen share later.
Yep. So we can try that. But what I was going to say about this post is I really want to get them interacting with me, and I really want to get them messaging me, comfortable with messaging me and talking to me. And so I use a couple of these games, because if they posted their answers, the first person posting would win, because they're very easy to answer and everybody would just copy them. So I give them a reason why they should post me, and I say, you know, you're going to go into a drawing. Everybody who has the right answers is going to go into a drawing. So message me so no one else sees your answers. And then I usually say for free season's best cookbook, I give a lot of those away. So they have a reason to message you. They understand why they can't post it and why they need to message you. And so any kind of game like this where they have to guess and they don't want anybody to see their guesses is a great reason for them to message you. So this is just a couple of them. I have a few more that I usually use. Any questions on this part? Everybody understands that. That's great.
All right.
I think this is you, Diana.
Is this me?
Yeah.
Okay. So getting your relationships built behind the scenes, you know, your rock star messages. You also want to thank people, like Lisa said, for being super engaged in the party, right? You also want to pick someone out. You know who your rock star guests are, right? And you can always message people at the guests, because they're usually people that like to work with their host and helps them get things going online. And I'm sure, you know, you can message them behind the scenes and say, thank you so much for your order. You can ask them, would you like some recipes, and start the engagement going that way. You can say, thank you so much. Your hostess was so excited with her show. Do you know that you could have a show too in June? I'm booking now, and get a lot of product for free. Have you gotten everything off of your wish list? Were you able to? So, you know, I'm sure you have tons of things on your wish list. Were you able to get everything? You're asking those kind of questions when you're engaging behind the scenes. Always end it with a question, so they need to get back to you, right? And let them know that this is something that, you know, I do all the work. You know, I had messaged somebody before and they're like, why not? You know, I have nothing to lose to give it a try. Absolutely not. You're on Facebook. I see you, you know, every once in a while anyway. You might as well have some fun and maybe earn some free products. And they will do that. So you can copy this, screenshot this if you want. This is something that you can take and make into your own words. And I'll just read it real quick. I had a question. I normally always message my Rockstar party guests because they are usually people I would love to work with. as a host of their own online PC party. Right there, you're handing a compliment to that person. And everybody loves compliments, right? And that there you go on to, I'm sure you probably have tons more on your wish list. I can help you get them for free if you host your own party. In June, the free doubles, or, you know, and go on from there. So do we have any questions about that? Something just popped up. I'm not quite sure what that was.
It's just me by accident.
Oh, okay.
It's this.
How do you screenshot on your laptop? You probably have an app on there that I can't tell you. I don't really know how to tell you. I use a tool called Snipping Tool, and it's very easy. So you can get that app on your laptop and do that. Or take your camera out and just take a picture of this now. That's the easiest, right?
There you go.
There you go.
You'll also get obviously the replay of the call, so you'll be able to.
Yeah. So let's move on. Okay, so overcoming objections. This is so important because I think sometimes this kind of stops people in their tracks, right? We don't like to hear no. No, you know, how do you feel when you hear no? Shout out, either in the chat or just unmute and shout out. What do you feel when you hear the word no? Do you feel happy? You feel anxious. Someone feels anxious. Okay, anxious. What else? Defeated, depressed. Okay, yeah. These are all natural feelings. But one thing that we want to tell you is, oh, okay, now what do I do? That's exactly what we're going to talk about. So, you know, take the personal out of no. It's not no to you as a person. It may be no for now, it may be no forever, but how do you come back from a no? So let's go on to the next slide. Maybe.
Oh. Okay.
So what we are in our shows and every time, we're problem solvers. That's what our mission is. When we get an objection, don't give up. Don't get depressed. Think of it as a challenge, right? Okay, how am I going to walk through this objection? How am I going to get through this and turn this around? So we often hear things like, maybe I don't have any friends. Well, you know what? That's easily sought after now. You can actually, if she's your friend or he on Facebook, you can see how many friends they have. So that really may not be a valid thing, but I wouldn't say that to the host. But you could say, I bet you have a lot of friends, you know, or someone might say, I don't have time. No one is working now. What do you do when this happens? So what do you say when someone says that to you? You know, because the first thing when you ask somebody that comes to their mind is no. It just is a normal response. You hear no from the minute you start walking as a toddler, right? No, don't touch this. No, don't do that. No, 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 no. So we kind of are trained to think no is not good, but in our business, no is good, because if you're not hearing no, you're not actually working. So, but we have to become problem solvers and solution givers. We always want to respond with empathy first and then offer a solution. So we can go on to the next slide. So I call it FFF formula, right? All the F's. And I love this quote: an objection is not a rejection. It's simply a request for more information. So in my mind, I'm not going to hear no. I'm going to find out what more do they want to know, you know. So this is a tried and true formula. I learned this 30 years ago, and it's still the same today. Feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but this is what I found. And you can take those words and put it into almost any objection. So for example, I'm not working right now. Wow. You know, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way too. But what I found is that many of our friends are working from home now. They're more than ever before, and they are looking for a fun distraction. Doesn't take much time. Just give it a try and see what happens. Sound good? Let's set it up. Hey, it's that simple. You understand how they feel. You felt the same way too, or you had hosts that felt the same way too, but what you found is the hosts were so surprised how many people welcomed the distraction. Do we have any questions on that? Okay, we can move on then. So the common objections that we hear typically is I don't have enough time to host a party. And you know, I understand how you feel. I thought it would take a long time too, but what I found is most of my hosts, they only need 5 or 10 minutes a day. Does that sound like too much time? Let's just give it a try. See what happens. You've got nothing to lose. Feel, felt, found. So I don't know anyone. I don't have any friends. I don't have any friends. I love that one because I say that all the time. I understand that it's hard to know who to invite, but fortunately there's so many people who love Pampered Chef. Put it out there. You never know. You just invite. Don't judge for them. You never know who may be the one who just wants to come and find out some new recipes. I don't want anyone to feel pressured by. I completely understand that. I used to feel that way too, but did you know a lot of our products are under $50? And don't worry, there's no pressure to buy anything. My goal is to help your friends with time-saving tips, recipes, and show them some products that might help them in the kitchen. Let's give it a try. There's more information on dash.com/tasks and that number behind it, 2359759. That's the link. So go to Dash. You will find so many answers to common objections. Okay.
Okay, sorry. Lisa, I think I screwed this up.
It's okay.
Oh, you are muted, girl.
All right, sorry about that. Yeah, this was the time post I was talking to you guys about what I put into the one party that was pretty dead. And once I put this into the party and explained in the comments section what was going on and how I wasn't seeing, I was a little concerned because no one was commenting and I wasn't sure if this was a Facebook algorithm problem. I got 20 comments at the time they saw this post as soon as I posted it. So
that is great.
Yeah, it gave them, and I just learned Canva, guys. It gave them an opportunity to get out there, but what it did was it also sent them back to some of the back posts. They started looking through everything they missed and they started commenting on them. So it really helped the party get re-energized.
I love that.
I know, that is really good.
I'm taking a picture. See, that's I'm clipping it now.
You know, you have access to this. I'm just going to say.
I know.
So here, we are going to move on to lunch, but I'm actually we're going to veer out of here so that we can actually take you online. How's that? Okay, so give me just a second and I'm going to go ahead and okay. Do we have any, is that too much background? Are we okay?
We're good. If you have background noise, you can mute yourself, and we can or unmute when you're ready to talk. But
oops, hold on here.
Oh, I'm not starting a video.
Okay.
All right, somebody's talking. I'm hearing somebody talking in the background. If you guys can mute yourselves, that'd be awesome.
Okay, something just happened.
On the bottom bar, there's a movie camera. Right next to that, there's the mute button.
Uh-oh, hold on. Oh, no. Okay. I don't know what just happened. But my whole browser, oh my goodness, seriously, people? That would be me. Ah. All right.
Maybe we can help, Patty. What were you looking for?
Hold on. I'm looking for my browser, you know? That is like the craziest thing. I don't know. Hold on.
See, folks,
I am so sorry.
It's us too.
What's that?
I said everybody has issues, even Patty.
Oh my gosh. What the heck? I wonder if it just crashed. It could have.
I hope not.
Yeah. Well, it could have. Yeah,
What
yeah,
was it
yeah.
we were
Hear
gonna say
anything
about
but
Patty?
myself, but I can hear everyone. So the whole screen, everything's gone. If that makes any difference.
What's that?
I said all of the Zoom, my browser of Zoom has shut down. It won't let me open Zoom at all. I can hear everyone, but I can only see myself,
This
no
is
longer
so
anyone
weird.
else.
Yeah,
Oh.
I know.
Zoom is crashing. No, that cannot
Yes, it
happen.
did. I don't know what just happened. This was so crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna do this on like my own here. Hold on. Ugh.
And it was a quick tech tip next.
Yeah. Okay. The tech tip is I lost my browser. I don't know how that happened, but we're just gonna go with it. Okay. Okay. Let me see. All right. So let me. I don't know how this happened, everybody. Hold on. Oh, am I not screen sharing? No, I'm not, am I?
No.
Okay, screen share. Okay. Wait, maybe there's a lot of Google Chromes down there that I'm not seeing. Okay. Can you see this?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. I don't know what the heck happened, but anyway. Okay, so a couple quick things that I'm going to take you through. Once you get to your home page, this little button right here that is your question mark, this is a great great thing to know. So if I click on this button, it actually takes me here. And this is your consultant support. So if you're looking for things, especially if you're a new consultant, it doesn't really matter. You could be any kind of consultant here. But if you are wanting to send the home office an email, here's a direct link that will automatically email the home office. You can start a chat. It is not available after 7:30, but they are there at 8 a.m. Or you can call them. Sometimes the line, the thing of it is that they've asked us not to do both. So definitely don't do both things. Don't call and then be on chat with them. It's very confusing to them, so I will say that. There's some additional, if you have feedback on any of these areas, marketing, products, or technology, here is who you need to email at the home office. Now, here's some things. What is the first thing I should do as a new consultant? How do I find my consultant number? So this will redirect you. These are all hot links, so it will redirect you. How do you find a shipment status? How do I apply a past host discount? How do I process a return, refund, or exchange? So lots of great things that are right there. I was actually going to take, I'm going to go back to parties. I want to get to.
Patty, could you show her how you got into that? A couple of them didn't.
So it's right on the home screen there. Like here's my home screen. And it's right here. It'll be up in the corner of all of those things, unless you're in Dash. Okay?
It's the help button right next to your name.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's some other things. So if you wanted to view your personal website or manage your personal website, it's right there. This is your personal account. So here, if you are in Explore, there's Explore, there's marketing imagery. I was actually, there is a, you know what? I wanted to take you to this. So if you started anytime just recently, you can find out, and this is actually really good. So if we have anybody that actually started in the month of April, this is your carrot, because you have been given an opportunity to earn a full rebate, and you get 60 days. So you get an extension on your 30 days with this. You do have to do $2,500 in sales, but guiding you through this in virtual parties, you should be able to do that
This
with
is
no
for people
problem at all.
Started in May, correct?
What's that?
For people who started in May,
What did I say?
April.
Oh, darn. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, don't listen to that girl behind the behind the curtain. Just kidding. Anyway, but yes, it is. You get a full 30-day extension on that. Now, here's the other thing that you get is you will also get an extra 30 days to earn your fast track rewards. So those fun rewards that will get you the ceramic egg cooker, the spatula, the cookware, or the skillet, now it'll be cookware, and the knives. So that will give you some extra time for that. And you're also going to get an extra 30 days for your eBiz tools, which is actually your website. So those are the kinds of things that you will need if you are doing virtual parties. So that is true. Okay.
And there's a few more days to invite people to join alongside you on our journey.
What do we have? 5 more days, Diana? 5 more days?
Yeah.
So if you're loving it, and why not start with a friend or 2 or 3? If that is the best way. So earning money, you can do it a couple different ways. You can obviously from your own personal sales, but the other way is obviously to build a team. You can actually build a team, and that is our great rewards. And if you're in your 90 days, with the extended 30 days being included in there, you have an opportunity to fast track. And what that means is to be a director. So you will get extra cash money, $500. I don't know if there's anybody on this call that would like to earn an extra $500, but it's a bonus. Yes, and you could earn that. You could earn lots of money. So that's why goal setting is very important there. So I would definitely make sure you take a look at that. Now you're double dipping this month. So because we have the free for all. So I was, here's the new consultant reward. I know it's here, isn't it? Consultant sales offer. Yay! So for those of you, and I know we've had some questions about this before, that are earning their new consultant rewards, can you earn both? You absolutely can. The answer to that is absolutely yes. So you are going to earn products valued at over $500 for just the month of May. June brings some more free rewards for new products that will be available on September 1st. But you will see all of those products. We're going to put a plug in again for a national conference. Still room with our overflow room there. But this is awesome. So you can still earn all of these products. So I would definitely, we probably have some people here that are earning these products. So I would definitely take advantage. Why not? You don't want to be leaving any money on the table or any products on the table, right?
Right.
Yeah, I know. It's a good thing. So was there anything else I was going to show you on this? Oh, you know what else I was going to say is Stir. Stir is an email that you get every single Tuesday. You know what? Put that on your calendar. You'll remind yourself to go and check, because I know a lot of people always don't go to their emails. But you can always find Stir here. So you can always go to your Stir and you can see it right here. And you can see your action plan for this week, which is right here. You'll click the More button and it will take you to some of the things that you should know for the week. Gifts for Father's Day, the monthly focus. There's a lot of all of these hot links. So if you're doing fundraisers, these are all awesome. There's so many great things available. And here's the May Free for All, the summer mini catalogs. So there's a lot of great resources on here. The other thing is, I'm going to go back to Consultants Corner. I want to get to Dash. And so, hello. Get started on Dash or not. It's taking forever, but there you go. Here we go. So here's your Dash. And what are the kind of things that you need in here? The kind of things that you need in here are the welcome trainings and the getting started. So there's 10 of them that you absolutely need. I believe there's a total of 15 or 16 of them, right? Oh, getting started is 15 and welcome is actually 4. So those are the kinds of things that these are the tasks that you want to go through. I'll view my task history. Does it give us that? Oh, just takes a while to get to it. So these are the things, and then they'll show successful on there. How many are using the Dash training? Lots of great training in here that I would definitely say that would be good to know. So one more thing I'm going to take you to, because we're coming to our time here, is the resource library. Now this did not load up before, so hopefully it will load up right now. But there's some items in there that would take you to things like entering a show. So there's some videos on there, but I don't know, for whatever reason, I don't know if they're working on it or if I'm just having trouble get to the resource library. I don't know. But anyway, if you get to the resource library and you go to the new consultant, you can click on that. And there's 3 videos in there that you can see oh, how did that happen? Was that me?
No, it was me by mistake. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. Oh, here. I was like, how did I do that? Oh, it's okay.
I don't
No,
know.
how did you do it? That's how did you do that?
Patty's screen.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
No, I don't care.
I don't know
It's
how to
okay.
erase it though.
No, it's okay. Don't worry
Isn't that
about it.
weird that I have
You
control
might
over-
erase all my resource library
Yeah, I
stuff.
better not.
It's actually in website and technical.
Oh wait, there's an undo. Hold on. Oh, I did it.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. It's okay.
I actually can write on your screen. I can't believe that. I'm gonna turn that pen off. Sorry about that.
Otherwise, you'll be playing teacher, Melanie.
Yeah.
Now it's loading up again. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. But for whatever reason, this is the only one. And I don't have any other tabs really open, so. Uh-oh.
I think the home, it may be their,
Yeah, here they are. So here's a create a party, but these are all videos that you are able to, that you're able to access. So it tells you how to add your show in there. It will tell you how to enter your party orders and how to submit your show. So lots of great resources right here. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your recruiter, director, any of us. So I can stop this share. Is there anything, let's ask this. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, look at you can get a list. Does anybody have any questions on anything on the resources in the Dash or online? Typically you can Google some of the stuff as well or search for it right there.
I have a question. How do you
Sure.
how do they refund you on the kit?
Oh, it'll come as a check.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
And
sure.
I'm qualified to get it back.
Are you already?
Yeah.
Did you submit everything, Melanie?
Yeah, I'm at I think I'm at
20.
3,100, I think.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
congratulations.
Woohoo! Good
Yeah.
for you.
I got the kit free.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think I have like $375 in the fall product.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Good
Yay.
incentive. Good incentive.
It's a great incentive. Oh my gosh. That is totally awesome. We are so excited for you.
You are.
Okay. I could go back to, I don't know what is going on here. I think the
Open it
rest,
up for questions. Anybody have any?
yeah, does anybody have any questions?
Any questions?
You
About
guys are
anything.
good.
About, it
Don't
could be
feel.
about anything.
What's that?
I said,
I just want to make a comment that it doesn't matter how long you've been in the business, you always learn something new. And that little question mark help button has been newer to me in the last 60 days. It's been there forever. And I never knew what it was for. Embarrassed to admit, but yeah.
well, and they're all constantly changing things too, so we'll give you that.
I gotta show my last two because I love this one. So here's another Dr. Seuss. You're on your own and you know what to do and you know what you know and you will be the guy who will decide where to go. Oh, the places you'll go. Oh, look at that. I was able to make it smaller. Okay, so homework and a little quote from Warren Buffett here. And I'm sure a lot of people said it, but I would listen to him because the more you learn, the more you earn. And it is so true in this business. We're still learning after all of these years as well. So you're going to continue with your dash trainings. Those are important. Look at, is it typing at the bottom? And
It is.
it's recording me.
That's funny.
Melanie, look what you started. Oh my gosh.
I actually could
I have
control
no idea how to stop this thing. None. Anyway, here's your homework. Continue with your regionals. And so I'm emphasizing it with a written word here. So this is the written word. You want to make as many contacts as you can. If you think about it, the certain percentage, if you're making, even 10 contacts a day, we'll just say that, and you did it for 5 days, that's 50 times 4 weeks. How many contacts is that? 200.
A lot. Yeah.
Is that a lot?
You'll be booked out through to September.
Absolutely. That's 200 times the 4. Right? No, 200 times the 12. How much is that?
26.
No, it's got to be more.
200.
It's got to be more. Wait,
It's a lot.
200. Here, it's 200. Oh, it's 2,400.
400.
It's 2,400. Okay. So if you did that regularly and it was 2,400 contacts, okay? That my calculator is not working, but that's okay. I need a calculator, right? So if you had 2,400 contacts, say the percentage of people, we'll say, should we say 50 people, let's say 60% of those people actually responded to you. That's a 1,440. So that's 1,440, okay? They responded to you. And out of those, say 50% of those people said yes. Okay? 720 bookings. So if 720, if you did that religiously, doesn't that put things into perspective? You're like, oh my gosh, that rings a bell with me. I think to myself, if I did that consistently for every single day for 5 days, and I did that for a year, for 12 months, I would have the 2,400 contacts. And I would have, and then those people that actually responded to me. And then if I had 720 people or held 720 shows, I would be thrilled out of my mind. That would be totally awesome. So think about that. Think about, how that would look. What difference could that make for you, your family, for your goals and your dreams? Just really quick, check out the virtual PC Team Training Facebook group. So all of us are in it, so hopefully you are as well. If not, ask your recruiter director to get you there. Don't forget to check in with them because they're going to be your biggest cheerleaders and your biggest coaches. And next week we're into tech tips and virtual party tips. And I am going to, this is driving me crazy, so I am going to click out of that because does this just happen to me? I'm just
That was weird. Yeah.
I know that is kind of crazy. I don't know how I even did that. Anyway, do we have any other questions? Is everybody excited? Is everybody having a great month? Who's having a great month? That was 4 questions I just asked you.
Ellington Boyce is having a great month.
What's that?
I said Ellington Boyce is having a great month.
Great month, yeah.
I
I am.
Melanie's
Yay, Melody's having a great month. Melody just started, so we're going to give her big kudos there.
Well, I do have to report, Lisa Ford. I had my first ever block parties. I have one more to close, but I ended up with a $3,100 week.
Awesome.
One of the shows ended up being $1,400. One was $900, and 2 were $400.
Awesome.
But I have lots to learn about engaging those hostesses and people to get the bookings. I got 3 bookings for sure. I think I can work some magic in the future, but
Yeah, I think it is. She's like the boss. She's the Gestapo. She'll tell you that Lisa Ford is.
What?
She like knows what the heck she's doing there.
Well,
Do-
Lisa Ford is our Secret Service person. She does forensic research on other teams and brings the best
There you
back to
go.
us. We're indebted to Lisa Ford.
Lisa, we have ways of making you talk.
That's right.
I'm willing to share. You know that, Christy.
Yeah.
I share with everybody. I'm actually working
does.
hard on getting bookings off my party because I was not doing so well in that respect. So I decided to take that on. And I will say my last party, I got 3 bookings.
Yay!
Did anybody else watch that 9-minute video with Stacy Itzel and Cami Cruz?
Yeah, I did.
Not yet.
There were some
I
good
did
tips
too.
in there.
That's on one of the pages we just showed, right? That's on-
Stir. It was right in Stir. The
Yeah.
link was right in there.
And
It's like
girls,
9
the
minutes.
reason I was talking about Ellington Boyce, and I think you guys should know this, people are killing this business, and we're not talking, our numbers are great, but their numbers are astronomical. Right now, Ellington Boyce is at what, 40?
Has right now, this morning when I looked at her numbers, she had 44,000 in personal sales.
That's in May.
Her organization was at 2 million, and I looked up her paycheck right now is $50,000 for the
That's
month.
May, guys. That's just for May. And
Just for May.
she's not alone. There's a lot of them that are, I mean, just killing it, and new people as well. So just dream big. That's all I'm going to tell you. Just start figuring out one piece of the puzzle at a time. So whether you're working on getting bookings for shows, if you're working on getting, your hosts to join your team, whatever you want to work on, or, just getting more communication going with people in your party and getting a higher party average, take on one piece of that every week and work on that until you get it all down, because they are killing this business. And when we say make contacts, the best place to start is in your shows. Those are the people that you can start interacting with and getting one-on-ones with, and it's easier to book from your shows than it is to do cold call. You'll get better results.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever you focus
Like
on.
you
is
said,
what people
Lisa,
do.
too, about taking little chunks and
Mhm.
working on it instead of thinking, oh, where do I start? Well, start, if you need to start with bookings, that's where you start. If you have your shows and you need to figure out how to get more bookings from it, that's what you concentrate on for that chunk of time. I think that cleared my head a lot with this whole virtual
Taking it all
world.
on at once, yeah. And Diana, we need to give her some kudos because she is really the booking queen right now. She decided she really wanted to fill her calendar every week with 4 shows. And she kept contacting and opening communications. It didn't all happen overnight. Sometimes it took a couple weeks before she could actually dive in and ask the question once she started the conversations. But she put 4 lines on every Monday of the month, and she filled in those 4 for the first week before she went to the second week. And really, I had to take I had to learn from her because I hadn't been doing that as well. So it can happen. We can be up there with the rest of them. You don't have to be scared. There's training all around and everybody's here to help, but it really comes down to booking your parties.
Yeah. Do it scared.
Absolutely.
Do it scared, right? I love
Yeah.
that.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop the recording, and then if you guys have any questions that maybe